something that agitates me. It's a little segment I call the poverty perspective, and it bothers me. This one really bothers me coming off of what we were speaking about earlier, the crisis in Virginia Beach, and yes, I call it a crisis. Um, gun laws. Gun laws are biased. I mean, I don't know if you agree. If you agree or not, gun laws are absolutely biased. The main thing that I know about gun laws is that I'm quite sure, like I said earlier, it's a whole lot of them that it takes for you to actually obtain a firearm. But the ones that I know is the psyche evaluation, and you can't be a felon.
Well,
Those are the two that I know.
the psychic evaluation, I don't think that's in play completely yet. I think
So
that's
what
on the
is another
table.
one? What's
I,
another one that that goes with you can't be a felon? What's another restriction that would keep you from doing that?
from owning a gun, if you're psychic.
Owning a gun,
Oh, no, no,
period.
no, no. Oh, okay, I got what you're saying. No, no, no. I'm sorry. I was confused on what you're saying. Yeah, if
Okay, so I'm
you're,
right there.
yeah, you're
If
right. You're right. You're right.
mentally ill or you're a felon, right off the top, you're not supposed to get a firearm. Well,
Correct.
one is more provable than the other, right off the bat. You could run my name and see if I've been incarcerated under the felony jacket, and if I don't qualify to have a firearm. You can't prove to me that I am mentally unstable if I've never been to any form of mental hospital, if I've never been arrested and held in any psych ward in any penal facility. So you don't even go on my social media to see if I'm spewing any racial or radical rhetoric. You don't do anything to the full extent of research other than, oh, this person shot up this, he must be mentally ill. This nigga shot up this nigga's a criminal. And you know what I mean when I say that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's very biased. Nobody's going to submit themselves to mental health evaluation if they want the firearm bad enough, especially if they want it to be up to no good. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but you can see if I'm a felon. You can see if I'm a felon all day. Now, if my felony has something to do with, I don't know, say selling drugs, if my felony has something to do with anything nonviolent, then why is it that my right to hold a firearm is now taken from me when it could just be I don't have the right to bear it in public. I don't have the right to do certain things with the firearm, but I can't even have a firearm in my house legally to protect my damn family. I feel it's biased. I feel that as much as we anchor ourselves to this theory that all people who are in gangs or terrorists and all these things, but people who are radical or more to the liking of or the likeness of the right are not. I feel that that is some bullshit. The gentleman who just shot up these people in Virginia Beach, I'm told, is black. Um,
That's correct.
I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I can't speak to that. I know that it's an atrocity, no matter what race behind the trigger. You understand what I'm saying? I know that lives were lost. I know that people were injured. I know it's another day that somebody is going to have to remember as one of the worst days of their life all over again. This is not going to be the last day. In this country, we seem to have more love for a firearm than we do each other. I'd rather I'd rather know that a firearm is aimed at somebody simply because they look different than me, they think different than me, they feel different than me, and then uh uh when it comes down to one of these atrocities, it's it's like, well, okay, I got to keep my gun. Now I think that you should be able to keep your gun. I think it's important uh I think it's important to be able to protect your family, but the carrying it out into public, I'm not so sure about that. First I was all for the way Texas rocked. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really like the whole Florida stand your ground, because stand your ground turned into, oh, that nigga spit at the ground, shooting. Oh, that nigga music too loud, shooting. Oh, that nigga's a nigga, shooting. So I don't like that. But I used to rock with Texas with the whole, we can carry our guns in public. I had the position. Uh, you know what I'm saying? I had the position that, well, if I have my gun on me, you're a lot less likely to try me on some bullshit. And I still kind of feel that way. But when we got people, and again, I don't know what happened, but when we got people disgruntled over jobs, when we got people just irritated with a person's race or their religion, so let me get this firearm and go shoot multiple rounds at multiple people and cause such devastation. There has to be something that can be done about that. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. I do not have the answer. I'm thinking about it. I talk with you, brother, a lot about it. We're wrapping our minds around it. Maybe it's something that we can do, and we're not policymakers. We're not city or state or county officials. It's just something has to be done. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This shit is fucking horrible. But because this shit happens, I have to be honest, I'm still not on board with unarming, with completely unarming the people, putting us at a serious disadvantage to potential tyrannical government. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm
I,
not.
ne- I never will be.
I'm
I
not
never
with
will
that
be.
either. I'm not with that either. My Second Amendment right. If we remove one right, then who's to say that we can't remove the rest of them? So no, I'm
Well,
not.
that's my point. The thing about it is, it's so horrible of an atrocity that I don't know what else can be done. You know what I mean? I don't know what else can be done. What do you think about that?
It's a tricky situation. I think one of the things that I heard from I forgot what politician it was who was talking about it. They talked about having guns with fingerprint triggers, so that you couldn't fire the gun without the right fingerprint identity. And if you sold that gun and you didn't report it, and that gun went on to be used in committing a crime, and that gun was apprehended, that when it comes back as not being registered as a sale, that you, the original owner, will get some of that time too. And I think that'll help mitigate some of it, but it won't stop it. I mean, it's. I mean, again, there's more guns on the street than people, so it's hard to say. And I'm with both sides. You know what I mean? I straddle the fence on both sides. I think that people should be able to have the right to bear arms, but at the same time, we need to do something to mitigate senseless gun violence from both sides. Police and
Right.
civilian.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Non-biasedly down the line, senseless gun violence is senseless gun violence. I don't
Correct.
care if it's a regular person on the street or a police officer, even though they're licensed and authorized to carry and authorized to use excessive force when is needed. When
Correct.
it's not needed, they are still using excessive force.
Well, that law
What
may
can we
change
do
in
about that?
California. Law may change in California. I saw something about that where they're going to start basically arresting cops if they use excessive force in a situation that doesn't need excessive force. But again, that again will be a tricky situation, and whoever the first officer goes down for that will be the scapegoat.
Right. Well, we'll see how that plays out. Ultimately, gun laws are very biased. Gun
Yeah,
laws
I
that
agree.
state you can't have a felony and any kind of purchase a firearm. Well, you can't purchase one legally, at least.
We're
Uh,
only talking about legally.
yeah, legally, you can't purchase a firearm. That renders an individual who may not be a violent criminal helpless to protect his family against a potential invader to his household that is armed. It puts you at a risk. It puts you in a situation where it only can amount to no good. You know what I mean? It only can amount to no good. Ultimately, they're saying you have no choice but to sit there, ball up in the closet, hope that authorities get there in time to do something about it. And oh well, if not, your ass is grass. We'll bring the coroner to haul you out under a white sheet. It is a horrible thing that happened in Virginia Beach. I do feel sorry for both of those families and those who lost their loved ones in Virginia Beach. But other than that, I don't know what to do.
I don't think anybody really has the answer for that one. I think that's such a messy,
and I'm trying
messy.
to get in this gate. This nigga tell me to come in and ain't even open the gate. Thank y'all. He got his garage open. I'm talking about T-Bands. He got his damn garage open. I'm talking about come in, but he ain't came out to open the gate. But go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah. So I see you bubbing it through the city. So on that note, I think we'll close this segment and close this podcast out and let you get to bubbing around.
Yeah.
Stay away from potholes, my guy.
Yeah. Yeah. That shit was crazy.
So so that's it.
Yeah, well, this has been another episode. In closing to that, I'll add that again, my condolences to the families that lost their loved ones, and we really need to make a choice in this country. What's more important, the goddamn firearm or a human being? We have to make a choice. There's too much death. There's too much chaos. Yes, keep your firearm to protect your family, but other than that, this shit is really getting out of hand, or it's been out of hand. Let me say it's been out of hand, but it seems that because we can record everything, even without it being recorded, the news is reporting these instances more often. Almost once, what would you say, how often? Like, I don't know, once every few months, maybe?
Probably so.
Yeah, bruh. Either way it goes, my condolences again, my people. We are being pushed more and more towards impoverished reality. I don't know what the answer is, but let's get it together.
We the people need to get it together.
Yeah, we the people need to get all the people, not just the regular constituency, policymakers, those in power.
We the people, bruh. We the people.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you again, brother. This was a long poverty perspective, but I'm a little shook up about that. It's chilling almost. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. And if I'm not mistaken, again, a high-powered rifle perhaps was used in that, I think. Again?
No, 2 handguns.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
They're just as bad.
Yeah.
It's all dangerous. Poverty perspective, man. Some more of it. Thank you again, brother. Everybody, thank you for the moment of oddity, and it's an ODDKAST.
It's the ODDKAST, bitch.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yo, it's the ugly. I'm about to break it. Man, fuck that. Check it out. Power and momentum. Vocal bullets bring the host to your building. Same time, feed the souls of your children. Closed minds get exposed to the vision. Same time, double-edged sword to the throat of the serpent and kingdom. Kinda hard not to walk in the blues. Hard to walk the avenues where they ain't got no